Howdy everybody, and boy oh boy, that was no fun at all. But this is gonna be. So, that silly dang creeper blowing up and burning down most of my mob trap prompted me to completely redesign my mob trap. And as you can see, we've got a little bit of a different situation going on these days. The place where loot used to come through, mobs now come through. And, oh yeah. Down there is a little bit more dangerous than it used to be because I still haven't spawn busted most of this stuff. I was pretty focused on getting this junk done, and also on a side project that I never finished that distracted me for quite a while, and I won't bore you with. But this I did get done, and we'll kind of take a tour of how it works from the very beginning of the system. That is where they come out of the mob spawner itself, and land to be sorted. As you can see, there were no spiders coming through that tube. Not that they could, considering it was one wide. They are sorted into this spider drowner here. They find it very difficult to go in on their own, and only one can fit, so it's not perfect. But it does kill them over time, and eventually other mobs will see to it that they get in there. What happens is there's a 6 wide opening here. There's a water break up there to make sure that they don't take damage as they fall, or at least that they take uniform damage when they fall. And they land in either in this diagonal water stream that sorts the spiders into their place and forces the taller mobs into this channel that follows along the edges over there and then goes down the tube. It actually follows exactly the old loot channel and takes them over to my deck. Here's something strange. I actually didn't expect the way I have this spider drowner set up. I didn't expect it to work at first. There was an issue I thought might actually stop it from working at all. Originally I had this set up where the whole top 4 up here were on the same level at this level. Unfortunately, that left enough of an air gap around the top here for the spiders to come up and breathe and survive. So the way I fixed that, initially I didn't think this was going to fix it, but it did. I put this one block down further, which means since spiders are 2x2, they can't come up far enough to take advantage of a lot of the breathing room up here. But I thought they would still be able to take advantage of the breathing room in between that block that's lowered and the water, but apparently their mouth breathing hole things are actually too close to the center of their body to take advantage of that breathing hole, and luckily for me that means they die. Makes me very happy. Look at them. They're all up in each other. Anyway, so that's what they're doing. And so, the tall mobs, their loot comes through here, goes down a channel, and joins the tall mob channel so that I can collect that loot. The reason I did it like that is because I didn't want to have to deal with getting the spiders into the contraption that I'm just about to show you. Up here, there's something that we have to talk about before we get too involved in the crusher over here. In order to get this crusher to work, in order to get any crusher to work, you have to stack the mobs in one place. Now, if you just took this channel and sent it straight in with no changes directly into the place where you want to crush them, it wouldn't work. They'd just stack up all along the tube. But this way, I bring them up this one wide tube, don't have to worry about drowning, it's not far enough. Since I take them up here and then drop them on top of each other, they can't actually fit in the same space. They all take that 1 point of damage, 1 point of fall damage right there, so at least that's all uniform. Not really, just so long as when you're making a crusher and you need to know exactly how much health they have left, you don't need to know exactly how much health they have left. You just need to know that they've all lost the same amount of health. Anyway, so yeah, they're all in their spot. And now, I can push this button, And they all take lots and lots of damage. And I think some of them got left out. But for the most part, blah, XP farming for the win, doo-da, doo-da. XP farming, blah-de-da, blah, blah-de-da-da-da-da. Yay. So, this is all pretty much inspired by Etho's Blaze Farm design, where basically he just all sorted them into one place and then crushed them to 1 point of health. I wanted to do the same thing, but with my normal hostile mobs, because I have not yet found a blaze spawner or a cave spider spawner, so I had to make do with my normal hostile mobs. And it also is handy to have something real near your base. If those things are way far away from your base, it's nice to have in your base a nice working XP farm. So yeah, the way it works, Etho kind of explained his crusher with a pulse lengthener design, but I think maybe this bears explaining in a little bit more detail. I think he assumes that a lot of people know exactly, I don't know a lot more stuff than, I mean, I had to brush up on a few things to make this work. I've never actually built a pulse lengthener. I expect a lot of people haven't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn off mobs. No need for them now. And they're annoying. First off, we got to explain exactly how one of these works. This is compact RS NOR latch. Incidentally, it does actually need that one piece of redstone there to work. Just FYI. If you're wondering, if you're trying to build an RS NOR latch in a unconventional shape, here's something you gotta know. It has to be two torches that invert into one another. So this torch goes up through here, powers that line, and inverts that torch. That torch counts as a redstone piece, and then this other one counts as another redstone piece, going to that block, inverting to that torch. So now I power this. If I power that block right there, it turns that torch on until I send a signal to this block, at which point it turns it off. So, let's go see how that works in the pulse lengthener. The button that I pressed is on this block, sending a signal down onto this redstone line over to the crusher piston, which is up there, as well as down those repeaters, and also powers at the same time as it starts on those repeaters. It turns that torch on, because this, as you can see by the torch down there, is the same RS NOR latch I built up there. It powers that torch on. So as you remember, this torch is going to stay on until you power that block right there. So it continues sending a signal along these repeaters, but more importantly, it continues sending a signal along this redstone line to your crusher piston, leaving the piston extended until this signal comes all the way back around and hits that block. So all you have to do is after you have that set up, you have to have the correct timing of ticks in these redstone repeaters, and you are all set to be crushing some mobs. Interesting. Okay, so I had that set to 2, and that set to 1. Okay, good to know. That's kind of pointless. Anyway, let's count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 22 of them, and I did not set any extra delay on the last one. So, if you have, if you, like I did, have a channel for your hostile mobs that at some point sends them dropping, I believe it's, so it starts up there, 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks down. If you drop them 4 blocks down, and you put the same delay I have on there in the same system, you will be able to set up exactly the same crusher that I have going. And the last thing that's part of this system is the water loot collection. Yippee! I have water and loot. Incidentally, that old cactus destroyer thing no longer works because I had to reroute its lever to control the crusher piston. No biggie, I'll probably just leave that out from now on. Oh yeah, that's just an infinite water source. I felt like I needed one up here. I kept on going down to the ocean to get my water, and that started to seem silly, so I got that up there. Anyway, that's what I've been working on. I set up my whole passive mob system to work also, or hostile mob system, excuse me, to work as an XP farm as well. If you guys are like me and haven't found blazes or cave spiders yet, feel free to copy my design. Also, I have Onyx updating my texture pack again, except that this is nothing like my old texture pack, which is unfortunate, but there's nothing you can do when some of the old textures aren't available anymore. What I have now is basically an adaptation of Sphax with some personal touches that I wanted. I wanted cleaner planks, so he got me cleaner planks. I wanted white glowstone, so he got me white glowstone. I wanted clear trapdoors, so he got me clear trapdoors. Better glass, so he got me better glass. I wanted logs that have more contrast to the wood, so he got me that, and also smoother wood. I got smoother sandstone, and I believe that's... oh, and smoother wool as well. So, yeah, I like it. I'm going to keep it. Might be some minor changes, but in essence, this is what it's going to be. Yeah. Okay, guys, a couple of parting words. Number one, if you guys hate hearing me talk about redstone, please let me know. A lot of it's pretty difficult to explain. You more just have to know what's going on. But I did my best, so let me know if I did a bad job explaining it, or if you just don't want to hear me talk about it. Also, if you notice any inefficiencies that I missed in this design here, please let me know. If you have a better way to sort out the spiders, definitely let me know. And make a video response. Yeah, definitely make a video response. Apart from that, hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I'll see y'all around the internets.